Halo, the Master Chief Collection 4K. Now is the time. We're going over an article I wrote about why the Master Chief Collection should get a 4K enhancement or remaster for the Xbox 4K machine in 2017. The Master Chief Collection had a bad launch, it really did. It was disappointing. I was reviewing the game before it came out, and it was like 2 days before, and I was like, you guys gonna have the servers up? And then, I talked to because you're chatting with all the guys. Halo's a great community, so beforehand you get to chat with everyone about it, which is great. And one of the developers was like, oh yeah, we're hoping to have it done, and yeah, it should be up. And then it was up, and it was just, it was slow, which is fine, because when it's a pre-launch, it's slow. All the games are, because there's not as many people to pull from, obviously, because you're before the game is launched. And that's fine. So I'm like, okay, well, it works, because we got into some matches. Cool. It's going to be fast when it comes out. It didn't. The first 2 weeks were rough. All my friends just gave up on it. The matches just weren't working, and it was depressing, because, it's the Chief Collection. It's the best of Halo in one package. You're never going to get a better package than that on any Xbox title. I think Gears of War was pretty good, but those were backwards compatible. These are the Halo games remastered in their best version. I don't know why you would want to play the 360 ones again, because this is perfect, and they're combined, and the multiplayer is one experience that you can play between all of them, and that's just absolutely incredible. Even now it works fine. It does work fine. You're crazy if it doesn't, because I play it all the time. Hundreds of hours into it, it runs fine. But what it needs is a relaunch, but not like a new version of it, new sale. The same one, but just improved. I don't know if they want to charge for 4K extra. I don't care. I'll pay. But probably best to do it free and just have it kind of available as a resale. Same thing, just update it and optimize it for 4K. Being the sense that, when you go to the store, it's like, oh, the Chief Collection 4K edition. Same thing, but, now it's a relaunch. It'll have a new attitude to it. It can be fresh, it can be treated properly, and it can get the kind of fan base and acclaim that it should have had. It's still an amazing package, and I definitely suggest it. It could be better. With that, Halo 1, we're going to look at the different games. Halo 1, I think, is locked at about 1080. It's as good as it's going to get. It'll look better in 4K, but the textures for better support just aren't there. I don't think they were future-proofing back when it came out for the anniversary. When you look at Halo 2 Anniversary, I think there's 4K textures there. I mean, why would you bother recently, because it was a few years ago at this point, why would you bother, making this remaster and not future-proofing it? The Gears of War titles recently are future-proofed. Halo 5 is future-proofed because it's got 4K settings on the Forge mode. Halo 2 definitely is. And it's not even running at 1920 by 1080. It's just slightly below that to get that frame rate. Get it up to 4K. Make that thing look great, because it shines already, and in 4K it'll be glorious. Now, Halo 3, I'm pretty sure has the textures sitting there. They were talking a lot before launch in some interviews and saying how the Halo 3 textures were so good. That's because Bungie had a lot of them sitting there that were kind of, not used on 360, because you can't actually push the machine that far, or you're just not going to get the, smooth frame rate or the quality, and you just can't handle it. The Xbox One version and the Chief Collection really unlocked that. But I think there's still some more there, and they definitely would have future-proofed that particular game just because of what it is. In 4K, I think it would look amazing. Some of the textures don't quite hold up, and this would be more cinematics, but the actual gameplay is solid. And I feel that it is future-proofed. Halo 4, another one I don't quite think is future-proofed, and they've maxed it out as much as they're going to, but who knows, they could have textures there, because back in 2012, I don't think they were quite thinking that far ahead. They could have been. It's still looking incredible in 4K. I mean, that game looks good. It looks like an Xbox One title. And maybe it probably should have been there just for extra development. But we're not going to debate that. Anyways, these games coming together, getting a 4K kind of relaunch. I'm not saying redo anything. I'm not saying, resell anything. I'm saying give it a celebratory relaunch, at least. Just something to kind of get people more interested in it again, and so that they know it's there. Because you don't see people playing it. But it's the best Halos altogether. People should be playing it, and it should have support. Custom games are amazing. They got tons of content, and people have made so many things. Let's support this and get this like a long last, like this being the definitive Halo. Because I was hoping at some point they would just keep adding Halos to it over time. Then Halo 5 would work from it, and you can launch it from there, and it'd be one cohesive universe, right? That would be the ideal goal. And while I know kind of there was this negative attitude towards it, kind of based on what they did with it, how the launch was, but they need to get over that and get a proper package going out that people can be excited about because it is their flagship. And otherwise, what's the point? You'll see something 4K on Scorpio right away, Halo-wise, because, flagship. You can read more of my thoughts, description below.